Good afternoon, career changers. My name is Yvonne Akimoden and I'm a career coach and I work with people over the age of 40 seeking a career change. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the top 3 things you need to bear in mind if you are seeking to make a career change after the age of 40. Now, a career change can happen at any point in your life, at any point in your career. But for people over 40, we sometimes worry about what it means and what impact a career change can have. So it's really important to really sit back and have a really big think about the choice that you want to make and ask yourself, is it the right one? Sorry, I'm just going to move this camera back a bit. Right, so it's really about understanding, is the choice that you're making, is it the right one? Are the reasons for making that career change the right ones? And what is it that you want from your future career? So we're going to explore 3 things that you can do to make sure that the change that you make within your career are the right ones for you. Now, the first thing that you really need to ask yourself if you're looking to make a career change is it really a career change? And this may sound like a very obvious question, but sometimes the reason you are fed up with your job, the reason you might want to change, has nothing to do with the career, but more to do with your circumstance. Maybe you're going through some personal challenges at home. Maybe you're working with a boss that you really don't enjoy, and maybe you're dealing more in aspects of your role that you really don't enjoy, and you feel, actually, I want to do something a bit different, and I'm bored, which happens to all of us, myself included. So perhaps that's what the challenge is, but it's important to know that. So you need to take time and ask yourself, is it really a job or is it a career? Have I been doing what I'm doing for long enough now that I want to do something completely different, or are there aspects of my job that I really don't enjoy? One of the ways you can answer that question is by going back and looking at your job description. So look at what it is that you do every day. So be really practical. Look at your job description. For those of you who have performance reviews, which hopefully will be most of you if you're in a steady job, you might want to use that opportunity to explore what your objectives are for the following year. Looking at those and determining whether those are the right choices for you. Are they the right things? Are they the things that you really want to be doing over the next 12 months? And that will help you really identify if it's the job you like or whether it's a job you really have had enough of doing and you really don't enjoy it anymore. And perhaps at that point you can say, yeah, it really definitely is the job. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not bringing me fulfillment. It's not bringing me satisfaction. I don't want to do it. And even if I move to another organization doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing now, it will not give me the opportunities that I'm looking for. So that's one way that you can answer that question as to whether it's the job or whether it is an absolute career change. The second thing that you want to do when you're looking at career change is ask yourself whether or not you are financially prepared. Sometimes, depending on the career choice that you decide to make, you will need to take time away from your job, maybe real time, maybe time at the weekends, whatever it might be, but you will need to take some time away from your day job to either study, depending on the kind of choice that you want to make. You may need to spend some time building that career, which means that you might be coming in at a lower level and you have to build your way up to being at a more senior level within that career. There could be a number of things that you might have to do and certain sacrifices that you'll need to make. And some of those sacrifices might have financial implications. So if you need to, for instance, undergo a particular course, you need to know that you obviously can afford to finance that mode of study. You can afford to take time away from work, maybe to go on training courses. perhaps you need to start at the bottom, and in doing so it means that your financial income for a short time will be less than what you're used to. So all of those things are things that you need to really sit down and factor into any career change that you want to make. And part of your planning also should include looking at where you need to be over the next 10 or 15 years, or depending on how much of a career life you have left. Because for many of us, once you get past 40, one of the things that you're also thinking about is how you plan for retirement. So taking a pay cut, or maybe changing careers, how will that affect you when you come to plan for your retirement? So these are some really important questions that you really need to factor in before you begin that process. And the third thing that you need to think about once you've made that choice is how are you going to go about making that transition from where you are now to where you want to get to. Now, last week I did a Facebook Live on how to road test your career choices. So if you look on my Facebook page, you will see last week's video, which talks about making that transition from where you are now to where you want to get to. So making that plan and being really clear on how it is that you're going to transition is really important. And you might need to tweak things. Maybe the original plan was to make a wholesale change from where you are now to where you want to get to, and that's no longer an option. Or it may be that you are making a gradual transition. But whatever your choice is, whatever decision you reach, it's important that you know how it is that you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be. And the only way you can really do that is through planning. So make sure that you are really clear on what it is that you are trying to achieve and how you're going to achieve it and how you're going to make sure that what you're doing is a success. So those are my tips for today. I hope you found Career Saturday really valuable. I hope you found the tips useful. And I look forward to answering any questions that you have. If you have any questions about today's video or any of the other videos that we have on the Facebook page, please post your questions. I will do my best to answer them. And I hope to see you in the Facebook group. So for those of you who are not already members of our Facebook group, please feel free. I've put the link in the video as always. Career changes are over 40. So please don't forget to click on the link and ask to join our Facebook group. We'd love to have you there. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get insights. We'd love to get your opinions on what it is that you might be struggling with and how you can move forward. So it's bye from me for now. And I look forward to seeing you next Saturday on Career Saturday.